Good morning and welcome to the daily study of the Way of Mastery. Today we continue in Lesson 1, The Way That Calls You Home. Jeshua says, "For indeed in that hour where we choose to set aside every illusion, there is a transcendence of all that knows limitation. There is a transcendence of all that knows coming and going, birth and death. There is but the mind of Christ within which each of us, as a spark of divine light, as a sunbeam to the sun, rests eternally in perfect communion and communication always." And what he's saying here is that as we choose to set aside our illusions, that limitation no longer exists for us, that we transcend the temporal nature of this experience, the body, the comings, the goings, the births, the deaths, all of it, and we experience our eternal nature as a spark of divine light, as a sunbeam to the sun, that like the sunbeam, we are extensions of the Christ mind of love, extensions of love. And he says, rests eternally in perfect communion and communication always. Rests. We can give up the striving and the efforting and the trying to make it happen and rest eternally. We are eternal beings, timeless beings, in perfect communion and communication always. Now, it definitely does not always feel that way, but that's because we're identifying with the wrong thinking. We're identifying with the thought of separation, with the human experience, that this is what we are, that this external world is the reality. And Jeshua is inviting us and sharing with us that there is another reality with a capital R that is the truth, that we are in perfect communion and communication always, even if we don't feel connected to it. Back to the text. The great secret is this is the state of your reality. In each and every moment you abide in perfect communion with the whole of creation, since all things are but temporary modifications of the one fundamental energy that I have chosen to call the Christ mind, the offspring of the Father. Beloved friends, I come to where you choose to be, and if you would choose to open that place within the heart and within the mind in which you can communicate with me directly, I will meet you there as well. So he's saying the great secret is that we are always connected in each and every moment, because everything in creation is a temporary modification of the one fundamental energy. It's all the same. It's just in a different form, in an individuated form. It's like the ocean. It's like everything is a wave, but it's all the ocean. And he's choosing to call this the Christ mind, the offspring of the Father, of the Mother, of the Creator. And that last message where he's like, hey, I am always here. If you're willing to open your heart and your mind and communicate with me directly, I will meet you there as well. And how many of us do communicate with Jeshua directly through, I don't know what you want to call it, your mind, through telepathy, through your thought, where we ask, where we commune, where we talk and we listen and we receive? And that's our natural state, that we have that connection always, directly. And how many of us listening maybe have kind of turned that faucet off for whatever reason, right? It doesn't really matter the reason, but at some point we chose that either it wasn't safe or it was scary or we couldn't trust it if we opened the channel. And so we closed it off and we haven't been communicating with Jeshua directly. And if you're listening to this and there's a part of your heart that's yearning for that direct communication, this is an opportunity just through your willingness to just open it a little bit. I'm willing to open that communication a little bit and start having those conversations with Jeshua. Really excited for tomorrow. Thanks for listening. If you're getting value from these, like, subscribe, share them wherever you're finding this, and we'll see you tomorrow.